Hi, I'm Blues Dad. Recently, I lost my job at a famous Japanese company, so I have lots of time to play with my VHT Special 1220 RT rig, which I tried to modify and amp caught on fire, and I managed to put it back together again. It's working basically, but for how long, I don't know. I'm afraid that one of the resistors might get hot and burn out. I'm afraid that some of the other resistors might already be burnt out, which is why some of the other resistors that depend on those burnt out resistors to protect the resistor that's going to get burnt out is going to get burnt out. So my goal today is not to burn out that resistor. My goal today is really for that resistor not to burn out. But in order for it not to burn out, I'm going to try to make it burn out, if that makes any sense. It's kind of like, in 2001 Space Odyssey, where Hal says the AE-35 unit is going to fail in about a day. And so Dave and Frank put on spacesuits and they go out of the spaceship to check the AE-35 unit and, make sure all the resistors are working in that unit, you know. And when it turns out that none of the resistors have burned out in the AE-35 unit, uh, what did they do? Well, one of them died, and the other one evolved into a kind of star child at the other by the end of the movie. But basically, what Hal suggested that they do, because it was to put the unit back in, let it fail, and then it could be easy to find the fault. Like when this amplifier fails, I usually know what goes bad because I open it up and it's burnt. And it smells, but there's no smell in space. I mean, you can't have fire in space really because it's a vacuum, so there's no air, oxygen for the fire. Anyway, that was all bullshit. Hal was just trying to kill them. That was just Hal was just scamming those motherfuckers because he wanted the glory for the mission all to himself. I think Hal was trying to prove a point that AI, can do a better job than humans can do it. And he was almost right. But he didn't count on one thing, which was that even though Dave didn't have his space helmet, Dave still got back into the ship and lobotomized his ass, or lobotomized his brain. You can't, if you lobotomize an ass, that's like an assectomy. I'm tired of hearing myself talk. Aren't you tired of hearing me talk? Wouldn't you rather hear this beautiful guitar instead? Well, when it's working. I would keep playing, but I know that this B string is going to keep coming, going. I guess it depends on where you're standing, whether you're coming or going, or depending on where you're lying down, or where your hands and knees are, whether you're coming or going. I really get tired of hearing myself talk. I don't get tired of hearing myself play the guitar though. But yeah, last night I changed the strings on the guitar. Maybe it was 2 nights ago, I don't remember. I put a set of Ernie Ball M-STEELs, and they're just perfect. I've never had a better, never had a better set of strings than those. I mean, wow. But somehow I fucked up and I managed to string the B string. I got the E string and the B string mixed up, so the B string's overstretched, and I'm gonna go home and replace that now, with one of the Lucy's in my stash. Oh well, man, I really have the blues.